Your information station, WTIM.
Good morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show. It's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment is co-president of the Christian County Historical Society, Jody Heberling. Jody, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course, and glad to have you back. And the last time we got to talk was a lot about Earth Day and that celebration, and I'd love to start there because I believe we had some good weather that weekend.
We had excellent weather that weekend. We had a nice turnout. We tried it on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. We're still on the fence as to which day works better. Had a lot of kids come out and learn about plants and recycling, and it was really a good day. And it was great seeing people have the opportunity to explore our campus or facility. It's we debate on what to call it sometimes.
And if I remember right, the Jim Blakely Memorial Pie Auction, was that a first when it came to the Earth Day celebration?
Yes, it was. We've done pie auctions in the past, but we did name it the Jim Blakely Memorial because he was one of our big competitors, and he liked to buy pies. He liked to eat pies too. So, and I think our gooseberry was the highest priced pie, and the coconut cream came in right behind it. And it was another, what we felt was very successful, and we'll be doing it again next year. And you can get some unique pies at that auction.
There were some unique pies. The gooseberry stood out, but good to hear that the coconut cream came through as well. Some of the, more staple pies, I guess we'll call them. But I think that uniqueness was interesting for that pie auction. So I'm glad to hear that went well. I know we had a beekeeper come out as well, if I remember correctly.
You have a good memory, sir. Yes, the beekeepers come out. They kind of hover around our bee castle, which is a unique building. It was quite the experiment in its day, and it's got some good history to it, and the engineering behind it was superb.
Oh.
But the bees didn't like being that close together, so it was kind of not successful, but it was still unique to have tried it.
Sure. And it was cool to me that it was kind of trying to take you almost through the gamut of how your ecosystem kind of works. Here's your pollinators, and your pollinators are going to lead to your plants, and we're going to give you a garden kit to take home if you'd like. And then, and it just put it all together. And I thought that was a really well done thing.
Well, and thanks to Bear and some of the 4-H clubs in the county, we have 2 pollinator gardens on the place out front. So, we're supporting bees and the whole ecosystem. So,
and just being able to bring the kids out to kind of see that too.
Yes, it was a great opportunity, and it's great to get kids outside away from their iPads and all that. So, and getting their hands in the dirt. That was, I think, the best part of it all.
I think you might be right, because there are a lot of kids that need to get at least their toes in the dirt, something out there, get them outside. And so, and the best part too, being free, and if you wanted to buy, I think it was apple crisp, you could buy the apple crisp.
We had apple crisp and cherry crisp, and that was a adequate fundraiser for us. And we try to be very reasonable when we try to raise funds. We are nonprofit, and we are not state subsidized in any way. So we rely strictly on volunteer money and donations and membership dues.
And to have an event like that and be able to still offer it for free, I think is huge. And so I'm really glad to hear that the Earth Day celebration went well. I thought I remembered the weather being very nice that weekend.
It was a perfect day.
And you can't ask for anything better for Earth Day in that case. So there had been a lot of rain in the month of May, not long after. So it was good that we got it in just in the nick of time there. I know we kind of want to turn our attention to what's ahead of us. And last night, I guess we did have the municipal band come on out as well. But moving forward, the Christian County Historical Society is playing host to the municipal band, and I'd love to hear more about it.
Well, every Wednesday night for 5 more Wednesdays,
5 more.
They do play on the 2nd, and then they play on the 4th out the lake. And then they play on every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. The only time they cancel is lightning storms. And I think one year we canceled for poor quality air here a couple of years ago when we had, I think, either out west fires coming in or the smoke. They had an air advisory out that it was bad for asthma and stuff, and they canceled. So, and if they cancel, we get it on Facebook, so you don't waste your time coming out, but they very rarely cancel. And they're working on raising some money also for the music in the school system, to keep the music going in the school systems. And so they've been bringing back some alumni to sing and play. And last night they had some Dixieland music, and there's always a good variety of music when they play. It usually lasts a little over an hour. They take a short break in the middle, and we sell strawberry shortcake and water, bottled water. And I think we're very reasonable at our $3 for a strawberry shortcake, because I don't think you can buy anything sweet for $3 anymore. And we're going to probably try some root beer floats coming up, one of them. So we try to give you a treat while you're out there if you want to participate.
That's awesome. Strawberry shortcake for $3. I doubt you're getting a better price on that much of anywhere. And I know that this year with the municipal band that played the music forward theme that they have, like you mentioned, with the alumni coming back, how did that kind of look yesterday when you got to see it firsthand?
It was very good. I know some of them were talking about they wish they'd been here last week and saw Mr. Hicksonball, but this week the Nimmers were the ones that were highlighted, and they did a Dixieland piece. They did some things that Scott Nimmer had arranged. So it was very unique to have that family back together, you know, several generations and age groups. So it was a very good concert. And as hot as it was, it still turns out to be such a beautiful setting. We're out there in the shade under the big old trees, and there was a breeze, and it was just a beautiful evening. You know, you kind of dreaded it going in, thinking this is going to be hot, but it turned out beautiful.
And that's great to hear too, because it was hot yesterday, and it has been hot, and it's going to continue to be hot. So if you've got the space, you've got the trees already shaded for you, get that slight bit of breeze, and you feel a whole lot better. Start time being 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Don't forget your lawn chair, because it is an old-fashioned muni band lawn garden concert, you know, so
I think it's really cool, and how many of them were there. We had a story out, and you kept going, Scott, and another, and another, and another, and it really was just generation of just loving music and wanting to play together. And I thought that was really cool, from conductors to soloists and everything in between.
It was very well put together, and they've got some more surprises coming up. So it's free to come out. If you've got nothing else to do, come try it on a Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock.
And 5 more weeks of it too, to be able to do so.
So you got 5 more chances. Plus you've got the 4th of July celebration at the lake to hear them. So, and we were talking last night that it is a historic thing, because you don't see muni bands everywhere anymore, and you don't see garden or lawn concerts either.
And so I think it's a great place to have it too, and to be able to offer that again for free when the municipal band needs some support, when the historical society could always use some support. But you find, I think, very nice ways of drawing that support where you give people the option. And I think that makes people want to do it that much more.
Right. We don't try to hold anybody up to be able to come out and use our facility. Everything is by donation. There is not a set charge to come out and tour the buildings. We do tours by appointment. If you're got friends in town and you'd like for them to see something, we will make an appointment and kind of be out there at other times than when we're normally open.
And what are those normal times we'd say we're open?
Normally through the summer months, we're open from Thursday to Saturday from 10 to 3. And through the winter months, we close up and are only open on Saturdays. And the winter we consider December. We're usually closed in January and February. So
Gets pretty cold.
yeah, and some of the buildings don't have heat in them, so it just isn't logical to keep it open in the dead of winter.
And this being the best time right now for just folks to be able to come on out. And so having, I think, a regular scheduled program in terms of like the municipal band or different special events and things like that, the summer months are the perfect time for it. Well, right now, joining us in studio is Jody Heberling, and Jody is the co-president with the Christian County Historical Society. We'll come back around and we'll talk more with her, maybe about joining the Christian County Historical Society and some of the behind the scenes of it. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
WTIM.
This July 3rd, before the fireworks fly, stop by the Taylorville Fast Stop for our red, white, and blue bash. Hi, I'm Quincy Law, manager at the Taylorville Fast Stop, inviting you to join us on July 3rd from 11 to 1 for free hot dogs and exclusive fuel savings. Plus, score big with propane grill bottle fill discounts and sign up for our loyalty program because freedom means rewards at the pump. So swing by, fuel up, and kick off your Independence Day with us. The Taylorville Fast Stop, proudly fueling your freedom.
Summertime is here, and Taylorville Estates Assisted Living helps their residents by encouraging independence and enriched lives. Enjoy the beautiful garden area, hop on the bus for trips, and enjoy the weather. You'll have your own apartment and enjoy 3 home-cooked meals a day. Residents are treated like family at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. Find out about summer vacancies and get on the waiting list by contacting Administrator Tony Clark. Stop by or call 824-2222. That's 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of the Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
The senior citizens of Christian County, located at 701 West Adams in Taylorville, provide services such as non-emergency transportation, legal advice, and meals through our Meals on Wheels programs. Hi, I'm Jen Verardi, the director of the Christian County Senior Center, and along with these services, the center offers a place to socialize and stay active, mostly trips to Springfield, bags tournaments, day trips to local establishments, and so much more. Stop by the Senior Center today and discover the wonderful things that we have to offer.
This is Cammie Payne, General Manager of the Miller Media Group. We, along with TCCU, are proud to bring you the Community Spotlight each month.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Hi, this is John Wright, 4th generation owner from Wright's Furniture here in Taylorville.
And I'm Alex Wright. For 135 years, we've been known for so much more than offering the best in local quality home furnishings.
We're rooted in our community and committed to giving back to the place we're so proud to call home. Because that's where our hearts have always been, and this is where we'll always be.
Faces you know.
People you can trust. Wright's, the first name in home furnishings.
Visit us today or at wrightsfurniture.com.
Carl Krumsick here from Krumsick Monument Company in Taylorville, Illinois. Find out the many services we provide by clicking our icon on the obituaries page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Blaine Cornwell with Prairie State Insurance. To learn more about our products and services, click our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM morning show here on your information station. It's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Back around this segment is Jody Heberling, and Jody is the co-president of the Christian County Historical Society. We talked their Earth Day celebration and the many different events going on with the municipal band every Wednesday at 7 p.m., or for the next 5 Wednesdays, that is, at 7 p.m. And I'd love to talk a little bit about volunteering or joining the Christian County Historical Society, getting some new members and some fresh blood in there.
All of our organizations are struggling to find the next generation to take over. And we are very much in that same boat as most other organizations are. I think our probably youngest board member is pushing 50. Our oldest ones are in their 80s. So we need to figure out how to find some of these 40 and 30-year-olds to get involved. And it may be as easy as baking a cake with no icing or anything for those strawberry shortcakes, or it may be as intense as being I think they call them a docent for the houses when we do tours. We had the YMCA out this summer, and we took, there was an average of about 11 kids per group. We took 6 groups through the houses, and houses, they're not all houses, the buildings, and explained what was going on and gave them a little touch of history, which I think that's the way we'll find them, is to connect with them on that one-on-one basis. So there's so many opportunities to volunteer. We're always looking for donations, and that could be as easy as a package of paper towels or a package of toilet paper. You know, the senior citizens utilize that as they put a wish list in their newsletter. So these are all things that keep us from having to spend money that we have to pay for the light bill, the insurance, the wages that we have 2 part-time employees, because everybody has a busy life. And in order to keep constant hours, you have to pay somebody to be there, because there's just not enough volunteers to fill the slots openly. But it's very nice to have a volunteer out there with our employee. That way, if somebody does come in for a tour, there's somebody still to watch the office. So just coming out and hanging out for an afternoon helps a lot. And while you're out there, you could utilize the genealogical library and do a little bit of family research.
And it's not asking for much. It's as lax or as intense as you mentioned as you would like it to be. And getting that younger generation, I do believe in what you said there, connecting with the youth in ways like that YMCA event.
Right. And our dues we don't hold anybody up financially on anything. Our dues are only like $15 and $25, so if you've got a chance to send us a donation, we would love to have it, and we put it to good use. We operate on a annual budget of it's about $2,500 a month just to pay the insurance, the electricity, and the wages in the summertime. So that adds up to figuring out some fundraisers, and I think we're doing a pretty good job to still survive COVID and all these other things that have been thrown at us.
And there was a lot thrown at us in the last 5 years. And again, doing it in ways that you already do it. A $3 piece of strawberry shortcake. Get a pie at the end of the day. Get some apple crisp, some cherry crisp. To me, it's like, now I've got some home cooked, little desserts, and I did some supporting too.
Right.
And it's a win-win for both sides.
Correct. Very much so. I mean, our chicken noodle dinner, we have a couple of them a year because they seem to be a hit. It's like, they like my chicken and noodles.
Man, well, then Jody's probably doing it right. Well, Jody, we are out of time today, but Jody Heverling is the co-president with the Christian County Historical Society. Jody, thank you for joining us here on the show. It's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.5 FM Shelbyville. 107.9 FM Pena Nokomis.
This hour from townhall.com.